Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Pereira, Senior Director, Editorial at the Information Security Media Group. And thanks for tuning in. Today, I have a very interesting discussion with two gentlemen from Sify Technologies, Ravi Maguluri, CTO, Digital Services, Sify Technologies. Welcome, Ravi, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good to be here.
And Sushant Dubey, EVP, Digital Services, Sify Technologies. Hey, Sushant, so glad to have you here.
Thank you. Same here. Thank you. Good to speak to you.
Yeah. So there's been a lot happening in the past year with AI and ChatGPT. Almost every conference you go to, there's a discussion on this. And I see that you have also been doing a lot of work with global customers in this area. So, Ravi, I'd like to start with you. What are your key observations on the current state of AI, and what do you see as most noteworthy?
Yeah, it's a good question. See, with the adoption of any technology, most of the time you have to go through the ramp up phase. You look at the Gartner, they talk about the hockey stick and whatnot. So we are at that point where the education is like a gushing through a fire hose, right? So the water gushing out of a fire hose, because suddenly everybody is aware of it. In my long career, introduction of any new technology has never been so very quick in its, let's say, people becoming aware of it. So that said, it is causing a lot of uh, incorrect expectations and fancy expectations of what it can do, what it cannot do, what is possible. The good news in all of this is um, our job in explaining why we should have AI is no longer required. Now we are talking about how it can be done and how it should be done, which is interesting. And we are also learning every day because not all people are confused. Some people are very focused and very informed, and they have done their research. And we are learning from everybody. Sometimes the ask may be not very on the face of it, not very rational, but it triggers a thought process amongst within ourselves where we will say, "Hey, this well, how about if we reimagine it like this?" So we are every day we are learning about how to use this. It's a lot more than what is being talked about, such as a GPT or generative AI. There's a lot more to it than in the case of enterprise, people are concerned about security, losing their intellectual property, like that. Yeah, we can talk about. I can go till talk till cows come home. But bottom line is, everybody is aware of it. That's a good news, and people have expectations, wrong or right, but which is still a good news. So now we are focusing on how to operationalize it rather than need creation. Need is identified. We are only talking about how to do it the right way.
Right. So a lot of possibilities, a lot of opportunities out there for AI, and everyone is now jumping in and doing, proof of concepts and so on, exploring the technology. So, Sushant, coming to you, AI is a journey, just like cloud was a journey. When we started with the cloud in 2012, 2015. How
Correct.
is Sify using its decades of expertise in helping the industry fulfilling their digital strategies, especially when it comes to AI journeys?
Yeah, and that's a very standard questions which we get with our customers as well when we speak to them. See, and I always say it's a like you yourself in your questions have has said that it is a journey. It is a phased-wise approach. Sify is primarily one of the very few companies in India which started as a ISP 2 decades back. And we have evolved from a networking company to a data center company to a complete ICT company today, and now a digital company offering digital solutions to our set of customers. So the experience has helped us to evolve at different layers of the IT landscape, right from our expertise in establishing the best network to having the best data centers so that customers can put in their workloads in our data center confidently. And then giving them access to the cloud services, because eventually cloud became a new normal over a period of time, and everybody wanted to reach to that cloud infrastructure because eventually the innovation is happening over and above the cloud now. So that's where we have the expertise, the skill sets to help our customers work on the cloud. And then beyond that, on cloud now, AI/ML is something which is termed as the fourth industrial revolution. So courtesy our experience in different IT landscape, different IT stacks, we are able to provide a very comprehensive set of platforms to help our customers taking advantage of the AI/ML technology. So eventually, like I said in the beginning itself, for running a AI/ML platform or for doing a lot of AI/ML based analytics or for using AI in the regular business cycles, you need to have a very strong and a very scalable digital infrastructure. So we provide that. We have the capabilities to provide that. Then obviously with AI, democratization is becoming very important. 10 years back, people were still struggling that how do we use AI? Today, a chat GPT, a generative AI, what we call, has given a very free hand to almost every person in the world to use the AI capabilities for their day-to-day activities. Now, over and above, Sify is providing the platforms with which the enterprise customers can use our platforms to work on the data for predictive analysis and for evidence-based decision making.
Right. So I have tracked your journey as an ISP since 2009, if I remember clearly. You're one of the leading ISPs in India, and I followed you as you moved into cloud and data center, and I'm very happy to now see you going beyond that. So let's drill down a bit. Sushant, talk to us about Sify's Infinit AI / ML platform. What challenges are you solving for businesses?
Yeah, so we have a platform which we term as Infinit AI ML platform. See, when we say artificial intelligence, basically artificial intelligence, we are trying to reach to the capability of a human brain. But for reaching there, the machine has to learn. So ML is machine learning itself, and machine learns from the data. And for learning from data, there has to be a simple way, that is having different models, whether it is a classification model, it is a regression models, to analyze that data. So Sify AI/ML platform provides the capability to get more insights into the data by democratizing the whole AI/ML itself. That means you don't require very huge data experts or data scientists to gather the insights from the data. The platform simplify the whole process of generating different models, different data models to interpret the data and then help in forecasting, then help in predictions of the data. So that is what Sify Infinit AI/ML offers in terms of providing predictions to the data, helping businesses to put the data and use different business cases to analyze and interpret the data in the organizations, eventually helping them with a better decision making, which eventually leads to better services to the end customers and enhanced customer experience. Today, the end result is the customer experience. And that's where Infinit AI/ML platform plays a very critical role by providing the inference from the data.
Right. So first you help the customers with the data, and then the AI uses that data set to give you insights and help the
Correct.
customers.
First of all, we help the ML to learn from the data, and then we provide the real-time predictions on the real-time data so that the customers can use those insights for better decision makings. And secondly, AI/ML is now not sold as a different platform per se. AI/ML is integrated along with various applications. Like when we are speaking today on this video conference itself, the AI/ML is helping us for a better voice controls, for better image controls at the back end, inbuilt into this technology itself. Similarly, we have multiple digital solutions, SaaS platforms, which we offer to our customers where AI/ML is inbuilt. And going forward, you would see Ravi talking about our observability platform, our different other platforms which we offer to our customers, where AI/ML plays a very intrinsic role, an inherent role for providing better customer experience and better services to our customers.
Okay, you mentioned observability, and I have a question for Ravi on this. Observability is a key to ensure availability and performance of business services. So, Ravi, how is Sify helping here?
See, we'll talk about a long-standing need in plain English first. Then we'll go to what observability is and what it is not. So we have been in the business of managed services, meaning we provide a promise. We offer a promise to make sure that the customers' IT, starting from infrastructure and applications and whatnot, are available and performing. We have been doing it for all through our existence as a service provider, and then the question is every now and then over these 2 decades plus, we have failed to notice any disruption, any anomaly before it happens. So customers were always asking, hey, you have all kinds of technologies, you have all kinds of monitoring which you claim are best in class. Why have you not been able to, at least after the fact, meaning sooner than I found it and called you, you should have found it and you should have told us, hey, you know what, I'm aware of this thing. We're all aware that problems can happen, but I have found it even as you're finding it. Rest assured, we'll do it. So some businesses have been able to do it. For example, if you want to, I live in the other part of the world. I live normally in the US. So the internet providers there, I don't have to name it, but they're reasonably, and I've seen that happening in India with Airtel also. In case there is a disruption, by the time you want to go and raise a complaint, they will already have a message for you saying, we are aware of the disruption, or there is a disruption that is currently in progress. It will be resolved by whatever time. So now this is an expectation people have had for years. Not many businesses have been able to deliver on that, including us. So now what has changed? What has changed? Before I go to what has changed, I'll talk about what was the process. The process was what I want to call bottom up, because we will say the sum of the parts is never equal to the total, in a manner of speaking. Because I'll say, oh, my storage is okay, my firewall is okay, my network is okay, my ABCD is okay. Therefore, the service should be okay. Go to hell if it is not okay. I don't know what else is going wrong. So I don't know. So this is the situation. And then the business owners who have no such luxury to walk away from I don't know what's wrong, they had to work on resolving it, and the resolution always followed what I call is a process predicated on tacit awareness, awareness of how their application is configured, where it is deployed, how it is deployed on the hardware, and it requires multiple, let's say, areas of expertise. So you need to have people who are aware of application design and architecture, people who are aware of business workflows, volumes, people who are aware of infrastructure design and infrastructure, how it behaves under load. So many different types of experts had to be called in. They would all look at what is happening, and then they would somehow arrive at a solution. So now what we are trying to do is, this is something that people have said, oh, why can't we automate it? So there is a reason why this was not able to be automated, because your monitoring tools, first and foremost, were giving after the fact information. So your system logs, as they're called, sys logs, or any log for that matter, is an after the fact artifact. You don't know what happens before it happens. So today, what has changed is observability is a approach where we assess the internal state of the system by looking at what all we can see from outside. So this is where we have new powerful machine learning capabilities, techniques, ability to process in real time massive amounts of data, and then what is known as the performance data along with the log data, metrics and event logs. All of these things have enabled us to actually build a approach to determine failures even as they are happening, if not predict it much before. So observability is a way of finding out problems, hopefully before they happen, rather than after the fact. At least if after the fact it happens, we have ability to find out the real root cause much faster and address it always almost 70-80% faster compared to what has been hitherto happening.
Fantastic.
I would also like to add to what Ravi said, in a point that, again, you see the observability platform itself, we have built the AI ops capabilities in that observability platform, which in turn would provide the real-time predictions and the real-time analytics on the stream data, which we get from network operations or IT operations or application operations of an enterprises. So again, the same point that AI/ML is an inherent part of multiple offerings from our side, including observability platform as well.
Let's move on and talk about Gen AI, because the whole of last year, that was the big talking point, especially since ChatGPT was released to the world, and you mentioned the democratization of AI. What are your thoughts about Gen AI, and how do you see businesses leveraging Gen AI capabilities? So Ravi, to you first.
Yeah, so generative AI is definitely the best thing that happened to AI enthusiasts and people who have to evangelize the power of AI and all that. It is a very simple way in which you can demonstrate the power of AI. Now it has while it comes with that advantage of making things look easy, simple, there are concerns about it. Like enterprises cannot use that as it is, because the way generative AI works, or the foundational large language models, as we call them, they are built on indexing publicly available knowledge. So if we have to use those models on our information specific to our enterprise, then there is no way but to let go of the ownership of our content and add it to the knowledge base outside. Now, I'm not even talking about these models having been ready up to a certain point of time in the past. For example, ChatGPT itself says it is trained up to some September 21, whatever the time is. Apart from that, there is a confidentiality problem and ownership problem. And also there are indemnities that apparently are available, where, the content that is belonging to somebody which is indexed, if they sue these companies for violation of content ownership, looks like people who are paying $20 a month are indemnified by these companies. So these concerns are there. So it is still emerging. While people are aware of what is happening or what can happen, how enterprises can use these things is not sure. On the one hand, on the other, there is imagining running wild on if all of those constraints are removed, if those insecurities are resolved, how I can use generative AI. People are talking about conversational interface. People are suddenly fond of prompt engineering and behaving like a prompt provider in asking enterprise systems, like, I don't want to go look at a report in SAP. How about I go and talk to a computer and then it tells me what I should do? How about I get my insight, in a plain English? So this is the kind of expectation. So there's a lot of promise, and we are eager to see how all of this will be implemented in practice.
Sushant, what about you? Are you seeing any interesting use cases?
multiple use cases with generative AI. Eventually, generative AI is gaining momentum across many industries, and it is quickly, becoming the go-to tool for numerous professionals. Use of different generative AI tools. And eventually, you see, I would again come back to the point which I said, generative AI and the intersections of generative and predictive AI can be very, very useful. See, because generative AI can generate synthetic data that would augment any existing data sets, which would enable more accurate and diverse predictions. And predictive AI eventually, would, by employing the machine learning algorithms, predictive AI can identify the patterns and trends in the large database, which will enable businesses to make data-driven decisions and anticipate future outcomes very, very accurately. So the few use cases which I see, and all of us know that, customer experience is the main KPI for almost every industry. So the use case could be customer experience personalization, where generative AI can generate personalized recommendations and offers. It can also help with improved customer loyalty, because Gen AI can enhance customer satisfaction and loyalty by delivering personalized experiences that very much resonate with the individual preferences. So, and obviously, once you have the improved customer loyalty, when you have enhanced customer experience, it would eventually translate to higher revenue and higher mind share for the enterprise itself. So it can go in multiple directions. It depends on what is the priority of an enterprise and how they would like to go ahead and include generative AI or AI/ML in their digital journey.
Okay. So thank you so much, Sushant and Ravi, for your insights. It was a pleasure talking to both of you today.
Most welcome. Thank you.
Thank
For
you.
having us here.
You are listening to Ravi Maguluri, CTO, Digital Services at Sify Technologies, and Sushant Dubey, EVP, Digital Services at Sify Technologies. For the Information Security Media Group, I'm Brian Pereira. Thank you for watching.